Hello, my friends. Hello. Oh, I didn't bring my light. How's it going? It's a whirlwind. I have ran from one end to the other, up and down, all around. And it's 4 o'clock. Store's closed, which I always like. I like when the store's closed because it's just so quiet in here. So I pulled something off the shelf. Really quick like. You guys are new to my page, my YouTube, my Instagram, my whatever. My name is Debbie. And I am the owner and furniture artist down here at Tona Transformations. So we're not going to delay because I really want to get this done because it's really a cool piece. Ronnie, how's it going, my love? I grabbed this out of my back room. So I have a frame. This is a mirror that's been broken for a while, right? It actually went like this, but I turned it over to the backside because it's smooth. Decoupage on that, and then paint the frame. Isn't it cute? Right? It's got a big squirrely gig on the end of it. So maybe I can put it so that you can see the whole thing. There we go. Right there. Don't move it, Debbie. So I'm going to take the frame off, and we're going to decoupage this. These are new papers that I got. These are so fun. These are super thick, so they are not tissue paper. So I don't have to paint behind here white because guess what? It's not see-through like tissue paper is. So I'm going to just rip the edge. And I got these new pens that supposedly hold water in them. They're watercolor pens. But I thought these would be fun to use to get this wet. Now this paper doesn't rip that easy because it's thick. So I'm going to need a little help. But I do want to put the water on it so I don't just rip it too much because I will end up ripping it too much. Maybe I'll just go around the outside really quick. I'm just applying some water around the print because I don't want this square. Nobody wants that. Ew, I don't like that caterpillar. You see that? That's a big green caterpillar on that flower right there. I didn't see that earlier. I'm just going to kind of round my corners. I want the water to kind of soak in it, so that's why I'm going to do it ahead of time. With tissue paper, is super easy normally to tear. This is a thicker stock paper, which you can still decoupage with. It's just thicker. So put that brush to the side. And then I hope that maybe it's hard to tear. So I did want to get it wet because when you get it wet, it will help you contain your tear and not just go crazy and just tear it. It won't go past the water, basically. If that makes sense. Tissue paper is easy to tear. I mean, you barely have to rip it, but this stuff is a lot harder. It is a pretty frame, Ronnie, isn't it? I have probably 10 of them in my back room. To be honest, I want to say this is probably something from my daughter's room when she was living at home. Well, no, that's not true. Hers were all pink and black. Guess not. It's probably something I bought at a yard sale a long time ago. Most of them, the mirrors, they had mirrors in them at one time, and then the mirrors all broke, and then people are like, what do we do with them? Well, we're going to decoupage. And I'm going to try to go quick because, man, I have been working my tail off. You guys been getting my email? Phase 1 is done of my project. I don't have time to show it to you guys tonight. I literally just restaged the whole store today. I'm not done. And my top secret project is now under full steam ahead. Finally, I had to get the paint room done so I could move everything around so I could do my other secret project. Okay, so I'm basically just going to throw some clear coat down and decoupage this on here. So my clear coat of choice is Dixie Belle clear coat satin. Now I'm not going to paint it white. I always paint it white with tissue paper, right? This paper's too thick. You can't see through it, so I don't have to paint it white to make it bright. Or normally I would. But it's not tissue paper. Hear that? It's a pretty thick paper. Stand up. Oh, yeah. And it doesn't wrinkle very much because it's so thick. You can use this stuff to decoupage. You're just going to need a little more product than normal because it's thicker. So make sure you have enough around the underneath and the edges. I'm going to re-moisten them because that's the important part so they don't peel up. My decoupage sign class is full. We're going to be using this print, not this exact one, but variations of this print. You're going to get to pick which one you want. Of course, I put too much clip coat down. What's new? How's everybody doing? Are you guys excited about my, oh gosh, I can't tell you how excited I am about the new thing I'm doing. And I'm not telling anybody, not even friends of mine know. Yeah, friends of mine have been like, what are you doing? I said, you're going to have to wait. And the reason for me to do that is because I got to get it done. And for me to try to explain it 25 million times, it takes so much out of my day, right? It takes so much out of my day and my energy because my husband and I have been working. We finally took 2 days off. We worked 15 days straight since we got back from vacation. And then we finally took Sunday and Monday off, but we went thrifting both days. And we've been working 8-10 hours a day. And we're not like easy work. We're doing bust your ass kind of work down here right now. So we're really trying to hustle and get it done. So that way we can review it all at once. So don't get mad at me if I don't tell you what I'm doing and you like know me. Sorry. It's part of the fun. I think part of the fun is being surprised. Don't you guys like to be surprised? And we started on phase, it's basically phase 3. Phase 2 today was reseeding the whole store. So I moved my paint room and I built a whole new one. And then all the stuff, the paint room area is now all furniture. And then the room that I'm working on is all blocked off so you can't see it until I'm done. I've had people try to sleep behind the barricade today. I'm driving you crazy. You know what? You're going to wish you were closer. You better make a trip out here, girl. It's fun. It's going to be so fun. I'm so excited. And everybody that I do share it with, people that are like my daughter and some of my vendors and stuff, people that work with me, they're just like, oh my gosh, that is the best idea. I said, oh, thank you. Because here's the thing. I start doing it, guess what? Everybody else is going to do it too, right? Right? So let's just wait. Let me just make it epic. And then let the copycats come out. Okay, I think we're going to paint it with the frame on so I can see where I'm at. So basically the frame's going to fit in there. It's already beautiful, right? You don't need nothing else. Okay, so I grabbed burlap because I liked to pull that color off, which is Dixie Belle, which is a tan color. Burlap. I've grabbed some Miss Lillian's. I don't even know what this is. It's called Candied Cranberry. It's kind of a, sorry. Hey, Jana. It's a pretty pinky reddish color. Yeah, and I hope to be done with my project in March sometime. I don't know. Not the beginning. It's already almost the beginning of March. I hope to be done in March and be able to do a whole to-doing thing. But then I have vintage road tripping coming up, vintage market days coming up. I'm a busy girl. That's why I needed that 2 weeks off. so that I could totally chill. What is this called? Elderberry. Terra. This is Dixie Belle's clay paint line. Love this stuff. I don't use it enough, and I really should because it's phenomenal. Look at those colors. Very deep purple color. Very deep purple. So I thought we would just play. And I'm not even going to wash or do anything to this frame because I just don't have time. And this paint will stick. Let's go ahead and just see what's going to happen on the outside of this frame. I should put some purple down. And then we can dumb it up and bring it back. Maybe some burlap. Ooh. The burlap mixed in with it. Look at that pretty purple color. I'm thinking black wax or glaze over this frame, which was very poorly painted with white spray paint at one time. I'm just going to try to attempt to get, I'm probably only going to paint half of this with you guys because I don't want to be here all night. I'm tired. I probably should be showing you the area that you can see instead of the area that you can't. Let's paint over here. Oh, you can see the top. And I'm painting the bottom. Okay, well, let me paint the top. I didn't look on the camera. Elderberry. Isn't that a pretty purple? We're going to paint on down around this too. So I'm going to take this out because it's just going to be too hard for me to paint in there. Move that to the side. Just throw some paint down, see if I can get it to stick. See if I can get it to dry enough to do a little more. My husband just left right at 4. I said, I haven't even planned anything yet. And then I got a phone call from a customer, and then I got another phone call from my dad, and I'm just like, trying to do Thrifty Thursday. Leave me alone. Story of my life, right? This is a pretty color. Now, the white may be okay to shine through a little bit. And maybe not. I'm not really sure. What do you guys think? I will tell you, this clay-based paint, the Terra line, super thick, super fun. Clay paint does act a lot like chalk paint. It's the mineral in it that makes it harden. So clay-based paint has the clay is the mineral. Chalk paint is chalk. So I didn't really plan on this having so many divots and things, right? Because it's white. We may just dry it a little bit so we can do like a second coat. I'm just going to do halfway because I don't want to be here all night. And then I just painted the whole thing pretty much. So what's going on? What's everybody doing? Anybody working as hard as I am? My poor husband has a bone spur on the back of his heel. Oh, and it is by about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. He can barely walk. I feel so bad for him. He just got an MRI on it yesterday. So they got to figure out because he had it surgically removed probably about 8 years ago. Well, it's back. Something is there and it just hurts shoes and has the biggest problems with his poor feet. Kind of essential to live, right? Having feet to walk on. Just feel so bad because I'm just working his little fingers to the bone. I literally am working him. I'm not going to say to death, but I am working him hard. He's the one that's building all this stuff for me. He's the one that made my new paint room and restructured my whole entire store for me. I have the vision and then he has the brawn and the muscle. He's like, you're going to kill me, woman. I said, I hope not. I need you around. But yeah, he's hoping to get that fixed. So I'm trying to get this done so that he can then go have those, whatever needs to be done, whether it's a surgery or something. I'm sure it's going to be a surgery. He's got that going on. His knee, needs to get a knee replacement. He's getting an MRI on that. I mean, I'm going to work him to the, I guess. How's it going, honey? But yeah. So this is elderberry from Dixie Belle. I should have put a blue cloth down so you could see not my painted table. It would have been easier to see it. I will say the clay paints do take longer to dry than the fan. I don't know where my fan is. We've been using so many of my fans. Oh, wow. This is almost dry. The clay paint does take longer to dry than the chalk paint. I would love to hear if you guys have any suggestions for things you want me to do, projects. I'm thinking about starting to get some little laser cutout things that we can do, like crafting kind of things. Start making those. That'd be fun. One of my vendors, she's amazing. She has a laser cutter. And we were just talking today, we're going to make some patterns and make some little kits, and so that you guys can do them, right? It's cold. It's time for us we're all hunkered down, right, for the winter, unless you're living in the tropics or Florida or something. Everybody's freezing still. So I'm going to come back in with a little bit of my burlap. My brush still has the purple on it. And it's going to kind of give me that real fun mauvey purple color. I don't need a lot. We're going to, this is how you build your paint so that you can build it up. And it looks more like it has layers instead of flatness, right? That's what happens when you start to build up the layers. Can you guys see okay? So wipe off some of the paint that way. And since I didn't change out my brush, the purple is still saturated on my brush. And it's just allowing me to almost like a dry brush effect over the top of this thing. And I'm just kind of pouncing it. Now this right here is way too much paint. I'm going to load it off. I am using purple because it matches the design that I'm doing in the frame. It's really pretty. I like purple. It used to, when I was a kid, it was my favorite color. Now, not so much. I'd say pink is my favorite color, of course. I just love pink, the freshness and the pretty and the girliness of it. In my pink phase right now. Okay, then I poured a little bit of that pinkish color. It's called Miss Lillian's Candied Cranberry. Let's try a little bit of it. I'm going to dab it off too. And we're just going to throw that in there. Ooh, there we go. Because it's going to help us take that picture that we have and incorporate these colors in here. I can see me adding maybe a little bit of gold, building wax or some gold leaf even on here. It would be really pretty and regal, wouldn't it? So I'm just taking it, I'm offloading, loading, offloading, loading, offloading. And if the white shows through, I'm okay with that because it's still gonna look good. Okay, let's just stop doing that for now and put this to the side for just 2 seconds. And let's work on this. This is why I'm using purple, guys, because of the design that's going to go in the middle of the frame. I'm going to grab a clean brush because I want a little more of the burlap to start with before I add in any more colors. So we've decoupaged this on here. Go go in with the burlap, and I'm going to just go over this print and see where we're going with it. Now, I think I might pull some green. Wouldn't that be pretty to pull green around here too? Because green and purple look really good together. Just going around and going and hitting onto the paper. Now, I might have to get a lighter color, like a drop cloth right here. A drop clothy color, which is more of a brownish tan color. I haven't used this one in a hot minute. It's all stuck. You're always using purple? Donnie Osmond. Oh my gosh. You guys ever see those things on Facebook or something where they've been doing they take the actors and they're like when they were young and then they put like where they are now? Have you guys seen that? They always look good, but I was laughing the other day. It was Bobby Sherman, David Cassidy, and Donnie Osmond, and they did it all. I was like, oh my gosh, somebody is like my age that made that whole thing. Have you seen that? Okay, the drop cloth is making it a little lighter and a little blended out more. And then we'll come back with the burlap. Now, I would say I probably will go around when this is all dry and perhaps add some dark wax or something like that on here, which would be fun too. This is going to be inside of that frame, so it's not going to show a ton. This is the only part. And then we'll throw some purple in here. I'm thinking green though. I'm thinking green. You saw it? Isn't it great? I was just like, ugh. Some old lady did that because she was in our era. Yes, I'm calling you old lady. I'm just kidding. We're all in that era, right? How did I get so old? Like, how did I get to be in my 60s? How the hell did that happen? I swear I'm in the 30s or 40s still. I just don't understand. I don't get it at all. I said I didn't like that grasshopper, so I'm going to paint right on him. It's ugly. He's yucky. I don't like big green grasshoppers. Or not grasshopper, caterpillar. Caterpillar. They'll turn into something. Pretty, pretty butterfly. I'm like, nope. Now let's go back and look at the drop cloth and give it some highlights here and there. I can never figure out where I'm supposed to be on this camera because it's backwards on my computer as to what up and down. It's the hardest thing is to think backwards and upside down. I have a very hard time with it. I never know where I'm supposed to be on my camera with you guys. What do you guys think of this? It's pretty, huh? It's kind of just coming together. It does sneak up on you, Ronnie. Michael Jackson Broadway show? No. Did you go to actually, like did you go to Broadway and see it? Or was it like one that came here to Boise and you saw it? I love Michael Jackson too. I thought he got a bad rap. And it's really raised really weird by some really weird parents. And I mean, I don't think he ever grew up, you know? I think people took advantage of him for sure. Well, actually, I don't think we need any kind of green or anything. I think this is going to be just fine. Because, yeah, I think that's going to be fine. What do you guys think? You know what I always do too when I feel like the color is so much different on the paper? I just take my brush and go into the design. So you know how the color on this paper is a little more yellow than what I'm using? I just take my brush and go into the design and add it so it doesn't look so separated. like in here. Be better if I had a little bit of skinnier brush, but trying not to cover up the words. And then I just incorporate that. So then all of a sudden it's within it. It's like, oh, okay. So if you can't get your paint to exactly match, that's how you make it. You trick the eye. Oh, I saw that, Sean Cassidy. But Sean Cassidy is not David Cassidy. Sean Cassidy is after our era, right? That's like a little bit later, like the girls that were, yeah, like probably born in the 70s and not the 60s. Yeah, because he was the younger brother. It was David Cassidy because of the Partridge Family. Did you not watch the Partridge Family every single episode? I did. I'm sure so many of us did, right? So now I've incorporated the color, so now it goes into the design. And so since it was more of a yellow than what I used, it then just kind of pulled it together, right? Okay, frame. Let's see what it looks like. Look at that. I'm going to paint in this frame. That's pretty, actually. This will be for sale. Store soon. Real soon. What do you guys think of this purple? Elderberry by Dixie Belle. I do notice some holes, so I'm going to go a little bit more with the. I do think what I'm going to do, though, is add a really dark brown wax to this, or maybe even a glaze, because it'll really settle into these cracks more so. What do you guys think? I don't like the white. Now that I look at it with the print, I don't like the white popping through. So I'm going to have to spend time and look at this whole thing and really get all the white that's on this frame off, because I can see it. Like, and there's so many angles to these dang things. Oh my gosh, you guys, right? Non-stop angles. And they're outside, inside. You got to really push your brush down, because when they spray paint, it covers everything because it reaches those areas that my brush can't. So you really have to be pretty good about getting it done. So kind of the second coat of the purple will definitely help get it covered. There we go. Looking a lot better. You guys are probably seeing this a lot from your angle. I had a customer tell me once when she was watching me live, she kept seeing it because she could see it from the angle the camera was, and I was on the other side. She kept yelling at her phone, "Yeah, missed the spot!" I'm like, well, you tell me then. I said, normally when I do lives like this, this is not my finished product. I will go back and I will take my time, because obviously if I sat here and painted this whole thing, it would take how long? Like, how long? To go through and get every little groove and every little nook and every little cranny. I try to just do it as quickly as I can, and then I finesse it. So let's add a little bit of that. Ooh, burlap when it's wet. Yeah, how pretty that is. When it's wet. And just slap it on there. Can you even see it? It's so hard. This background. There, now we can see it. Before you could just see the table being painted, right? I didn't have time to put the tablecloth down today. I was scrambling to even be able to come live. Ran down and got my hair cut real quick at 2:30, got back at 3, helped my husband build my portion in my new space, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's 10 to 4. Store's closing and I haven't done my live. I hadn't even thought about what to do. I run in the back room, pulled something out. We're going to use a little bit of that pinky cranberry color. And all that does is add a little bit of a second dimension, a little bit of a different dimension that we didn't know. Too much paint on that swipe. Have a minute ago. So you just keep playing with it until you get the colors that you like. If you put too much of one color, like I just put too much of that one. Yeah. So true. And you just let it dry, right? You just let it dry. But I can see some dark wax that's going to go all inside of these nooks and crannies because it's really going to set in the recesses, and then it will even deepen this even more. If you guys haven't tried the Terra paint, which is Dixie Belle's Terra, their clay-based paint, it's pretty cool. I personally need to start using it more because every time I pick it up, I'm like, dang, I love this paint. Why don't I use it more? The burlap, because it's my brush has already got the purple in it. Really, when I just tap in a little bit of burlap, wow, it just gives it that whole other dry brush element. Because these frames are so ornate with the ridges and stuff, this is the easiest and best way to really get them to highlight. And basically, you're just letting your brush glide over the top of the ridges so that it doesn't go deep. It just goes on the top. I think this is really cool. Yes, and I am using purple, and I'm excited for sure, for sure. Let's see what's going to look like. I will finish this in the next couple of days and get it out in the store for you guys. The last one I did last week sold the next morning. It wasn't even here for a day. And then you put it together. Look how pretty that's going to be together. Right? So I've had this frame in my back room literally for 8 years, probably, at least. I've been moving it from, I have probably 10 of these. I'm like, okay, I got to do something with, I got a mirror cut. No, I don't need a mirror cut. Just use a piece of decoupage paper. These papers are phenomenal. They're thicker. They don't rip. That does wrinkle a little bit, but easy to use. You don't have to paint the back white because they're so super thick. That's not necessary to paint the back white. Now I didn't finish the bottom. That's still got all the stuff, but the top, I can envision some dark wax. I'm not going to do it right now because I still see white spots and it's wet because the clay paint takes a hot minute to really cure and dry. And I put it on pretty thick. But in the next couple of days, I'll come through. I'll finish painting the whole frame. I will deepen this. And so this will be an even deeper plum purple. Right? A deeper plum purple. Isn't that cool? Super fun. Super fun. Okay, let's see. Let me find the basket. I'm gonna show you guys my paint room that I just did. Let me find something to put my computer on because I can't carry it. Hold on, let me find one. I'll be right back. I'll show you what I did last day. So you kind of get an idea. I'm gonna go turn my grab my laptop. Let me grab my camera. I have a camera on a tripod, so that's why I can't hold everything at the same time. Walk with me. Walk with me. Today, just for a second. Don't get dizzy. Alright, so here's the door coming in. You guys have, if you've been here, and even if you haven't, you've seen the front of the store before. Front door is over there, right? So normally before, this area was my paint room. Well, it's no longer my paint room because I added a paint room. So normally this was all paint on this side, and the big pink cabinet was right here, and this was the tissue paper and the molds, and the wall went all the way down. I cut a hole in the wall, and I took all of the paint out, but there's more. So now this whole area is now extremely large. It used to be sectioned off. It's not no more. It's now grown like so much because there was a big, in this area right here, had my big, huge pink cabinet that came out to here, had all the transfers sitting in it. So this is all opened up now. Store looks brand new, looks totally different. So if you've been here before, that's my workshop where I walk in, where I teach classes. And today I'm not done. I staged everything today. Moved the furniture yesterday, staged it all today. That's what I've been doing all day. So I still don't have stuff up on the walls. You know, I haven't finished putting my stuff up on the walls. That's coming. And I have a huge piece that I need help with. It's going right there. So that's why that's empty. So now you walk back towards the, hi, Roberta. You walk back towards my paint room, my workshop, right, where I teach classes and everything. I gotta turn these lights on. And now, hold on. My husband and I spent, ever since we got back from Costa Rica, we put a hole in the wall right here. So now you go back by my workshop, you take a left, you go through here, and now this is a dedicated paint room. I have shelves, right? It's like a pantry of paint. It's the paint pantry. That's what I should call it. The paint pantry. It's all I just did this yesterday. This is my life right now. To say I'm tired every day, molds, accessories, brushes, out to the store. But that's not it. That's not all. There's more. Bathroom, still in the same spot. Now this side over here is all the transfers, tissue, stencils, transfers. Still, that's Malia's spot in there still where she does the fingernails. So, and then this goes out to the side of the store. Now, the big room in the front is under construction. That is where the biggest surprise is going to be. So this is all open now. Isn't that amazing? My husband built all of this for me since we got back from Costa Rica. We've got it all moved, all up. This is we do this while we're open. Plus we have to come in and do things that are loud, of course, on the weekends. But now it goes all the way through. Before, this was where one of my vendors was. This was her area, a couple vendors back here. Isn't that cool? I love how it's all enclosed. I just love it. Love it. So then, whoops. Oh. The big excitement is going to be in the front of the store. Now that's all blocked off so nobody can see. It's under construction. And give me time. I will still be doing sneak peeks to you guys because I want you to get excited. I'm so excited. So I had to do phase 1 and 2. Phase 1 was building the paint room. Phase 2 was moving my furniture from over on this whole entire side over here. This is all blocked off. This big opening is all blocked off. So this entire room, 1,000 square feet, is going to be something new. That's what's coming soon, as soon as we can get it done. So you guys got the sneak peek. Nobody else has gotten yet. So I just wanted to say thanks for watching. I'm going to go clean up, go home. We're going to have salad for dinner. Salad, and then I'm going to fry up some venison and cut it up and stick it on it, so like a steak salad. All right, you guys. Love y'all. Go out, be fabulous. Thanks for watching. If you have questions, let me know. I hope you guys are excited as I am. Bursting at the seams. I'm not kidding. I'm so stoked. Okay, guys. Go out, be fabulous, and have a great evening. Thanks for watching. I appreciate all of you. And